Well, hi everyone. So we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Lights of Broadway book park. Wild how fast this journey has gone. Dori, do you want to touch upon this? I mean, obviously this is kind of your baby. So what have the past 10 years been like, and did you ever imagine that you'd still be here 10 years later?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, no. First of all, it's a huge honor to have Eli moderating because, you know, he's been with Lights of Broadway from the very beginning as someone we were celebrating. And so thank you. And Nick, crazy, you know, we like have loved from the Lights of Broadway following you both in your careers and celebrating both of you. So what a panel. I think when Squigs and I had lunch, my husband had commissioned a drawing for my birthday, and I just went nuts. I mean, I knew of Squigs' work, but I had no idea, and I just said I have to meet him, and we talked about how we both used to collect baseball cards as a kid, and that was the beginning. And we just said, let's do this because it's a really great way to give back to Broadway, raise money for charities we care a lot about, celebrate the people we love, celebrate the community, and also bring the community together. And I think that those were our goals and objectives. And I'm really, really thrilled and proud 10 years later to think that we've checked those boxes because we've raised over $250,000 for charity. Yeah. And I think we have a beautiful Lights of Broadway community, and nothing makes both Squigs and I happier than to also be able to celebrate the shows and the artists that create and bring Broadway to life for all of us. And you know, it was particularly important, I think, for all of us during the pandemic, for the Lights of Broadway team to keep Broadway in everyone's hearts. So that we'd all have a community and a world to come back to. So, I think it's been an amazing 10 years, and we'll see you in 10 years.
I love that. I think you mentioning community throughout the last 10 years is like arguably the biggest part of all of this. I mean, look at the people in here today. Like, we really thought no one was in the show, especially in this snowstorm. Like, what are we doing? And that just is a testament to how strong this community is. I mean, including the people on this panel, because not only are they willing to come out and brave the cold and be with us and be with all of you today, they've also both been featured on giving back cards and have given back to communities that are very meaningful to them. So I'm curious, Nick and Anne, I want to open the floor to both of you. What has it meant to kind of be a part of this Light Catchers community and also give back to Broadway through this whole venture?
You want to go first?
You go first. You go first.
I have so many feelings about that question. Well, first of all, my charity was BCEFA, and obviously that's something that's very close to everyone here in the Broadway community, but especially so to me because I lost a very, very dear friend very early on in the AIDS crisis, and I feel like every time I try to do an event for them, it sort of reinforces the importance of why we do things. The great thing about Broadway, I worked on the West End. I did Avenue Q in the West End a long time ago. Thank you. And I felt like the biggest difference between doing a show here and doing a show there is that there they really don't hang out together. They don't have any place. They just, you know, everybody comes in, does their shows and goes home. And we do too, but there's also a sense of we're all on the same street. We're all in it together. It's much more likely for us to like run into each other at the coffee shop or the wherever. And when I was on the West End and I thought, why don't you guys hang out with those people? Like it's right across the street from, you know, this theater. They're like, oh no, nobody ever hangs out. Or I was just like, that just seems very sad to me. Yeah. Whereas I just feel like we're all about like, I'll see you at the Sweet Green or whatever it is. And And I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like this, to be a part of this New York theater community is so special because once you've worked on a show, it's like you've been a part of it forever, and I feel so conscious as a performer to go out and support all my friends and their shows. I try really, really hard as an artist to support other artists. And I feel like this is an offshoot of that anytime we're promoting Broadway, which I think these cards do an incredible job of doing, we're promoting the whole boat. It's like, it's everybody.
Absolutely.
It's raising, awareness of this incredible community. And I grew up in Hawaii, and obviously I feel very privileged to have had the opportunity to even see a Broadway show, but to be a part of Broadway shows and to keep being part of Broadway shows is such a huge thing for me. And I just want to keep it as vibrant and alive as possible. And I think this is an amazing way to do that.
I love that. Nick, do you want to add anything?
I mean, that's a pretty powerful answer. So I'll try. I think, so it's interesting, right? Because visual art is so much a part of this community. You go to Sardi's, you go to Hirschfeld, literally just the idea of drawing these performers, especially because theater is so ephemeral, right? Because what we do, you literally, to know really, who we are, you pretty much have to be in a very specific geographical location at a very specific time, so these things that remind people like we were here and we did these things and we told these stories become that much more important, on top of the fact, hey, Squigs is here.
Yeah!
Squigs survived.
Well, I told me it was going to snow.
Saved the sea for you, buddy. On top of the fact, this is actually perfect that he just walked in at this time, that you have, right, this gentleman creating these incredible images, right? These images that are not only truly representative of the shows. I've never seen you draw something or a person that does not feel like them, right? That does not in some way have their essence there. I'm just being real. I'm being real. Thanks, man. It is such he's just such an amazing artist, and Dori is such an amazing mind, and so all those things on top of the fact that you get to give back, right? My charity was Give Kids the World. I'm a huge theme park nerd.
Do you guys know about that charity?
It's an amazing, if you don't know, look it up. It's an amazing charity.
So good.
It's so good. And I think, right, just this idea of different, I think all I'm trying to say is different ways of saying we are here. I think that's all anybody wants, is for people to know that they exist, and especially in theater, which can be such a niche thing, and you can feel so left out of the rest of the cultural conversation. Sometimes to have these things that say this is who we are and this is who we celebrate, and these are the stories that make us feel like we are connected to someone in this world. I love it, and I'm so honored to have any small part in what this organization is doing. I just think it's absolutely incredible. So yeah.
Yay. I love it. Well, now that Squigs is here, I was kind of saving this question because I wanted him to hear y'all's reaction. Nick and Anne, I'm curious to ask you what your thoughts are when you first saw yourself drawn by Squigs.
I was thrilled because he gave me a jawline.
Man.
And I remember being with Chris Sieber. We were in the same class of drawings, and we were just pointing at ourselves on the wall and screaming. We were so excited. Oh. And I don't know that I'm ever going to have the kind of career that merits a caricature at Sardi's or anything like that. But I'm thrilled to have.
You already have it.
You already did.
You already
but I don't have a character at Sardi's. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm going to be that kind of a person. But but to have the Lights of Broadway card, I'm so proud of it. And I'm such a, I collect them too. In a very limited way. I try to collect all the cards of the shows that I've been affiliated with and like people that I've worked with. And I don't know. I just think it's such a cool thing. And I'm really proud of it.
I love that.
Similar. I think I video.
This guy posted it.
Yeah, I videotaped it when I got mine.
And he made me cry.
Yeah, it made me cry. It was truly, it was just such a, to your point, Anne, I think that like so much of what makes this industry hard for those of us in it is that thing where like, no matter how high we climb, there's always another mountain. There's always that person who's like, yeah, but you haven't done this yet, right? But you haven't done this yet. So this organization, again, that just celebrates us as we are, where we are, is so special, because like it is so easy to feel like you have not and this is, I just want to, like, this is Anne, right? Like that, this person who like is a legend in our industry, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's just such a, the fact that we can all feel like, well, there's that thing, but like, there's just such a wonderful ground up feeling of like, oh yeah, again, you see me.
Yeah.
That's just, I will never take that for granted, especially not now. It is just so wonderful what you guys do.
And speaking of, we're hearing the artist's gratitude for the Lights of Broadway show card. We want to play a video with some more artists that could not be here today, but wanted to participate in the panel in a way that they couldn't.
Hello, light catchers. This is James Monroe Iglehart, and I am so excited to be a part of the 10th anniversary of the Lights of Broadway show cards. It is so cool to be a part of this community. I'm not just blowing smoke. Trust me, I'm a collector myself. Squigs knows. The Lights of Broadway show cards. Never in a million years did those of us who do what we do ever think we would be on cards like the athletes. And then not only that, but that our community would embrace them so much. But not just the fans, us. We all collect them. We all get them. Trust me, we all wanted the Hamilton one. We all wanted the one with Bernadette Peters. We all wanted the Wicked one. And then when we saw ourselves on it, we like flipped out. So when you handed us to sign, we are not just excited because we're signing. It's something about seeing your face immortalized because of what we love to do. And here we are. This is amazing. But I got to say this. This is just a couple of things that this wonderful organization, not just the pictures, have done. And I want to get it right. So I'm going to read off this list. They have released 16 full editions, 3 mini show editions, 3 show packs, released over 200 out-of-pack cards. Can you imagine that? And they have released over 2,500 total cards designed and illustrated by the man Squigs himself. They have partnered with 90 Broadway luminaries, giving back programs, over 40 charities, and raised over $200,000 for charity. So, it's not just this cool thing we get to pass around. This company is actually doing things, putting their money where their mouth is. And that's what I love about. So I am so excited for you all to have a great time at the panel today. I am so excited for you to keep collecting, keep doing your thing, and enjoy this magic that this man has created. And to Justin, congratulations on 10 years, my brother. And please keep making that magic, because there was nothing like seeing the cards of the Lights of Broadway show cards, man. Enjoy. Have a great day, y'all.
Hi, everyone at BroadwayCon. This is Dori Berinstein, and today I celebrate the Lights of Broadway's 10th anniversary. I celebrate my dear friend Squigs, who has drawn all of the cards, who I love dearly more than I could ever say, and I celebrate the over $200,000 they have raised for charity. Have a beautiful day.
Hi, light catchers. It's Leslie Margarita. Yes, my Christmas tree is still up. I'm really, really sorry I can't be there. I am in LA doing a production of Sweeney Todd. What? I love it, because I love it. And thank you to everybody at Lights of Broadway, just for what you do for my community, how much money you've raised. 200 grand? Come on, that's amazing. I have to tell you, and I know Squigs knows this, it was such a huge deal for me to get my own card. And to this day, I'm showing you, there's my script and everything in my backpack. To this day, in my backpack, I carry my cards. I say cards because not only did I get my card, but this one is my favorite. Stewie, do you want to chime in here? No. This is my favorite. This was a special card with Mr. Stu on it. And yeah, I carry these around. I clearly need a better case because it has been that many years that I carry it around with me, because I find that this is the best touchstone for me when I'm feeling a little down or feeling like, things are getting tough in career land, which is, we all do. I literally pull this out and it makes me feel like I accomplished something. I know, it's so cheesy, but it's truly my favorite thing. And I wish I could be there, but hello from LA, from my Christmas tree, and from Stewie. All right, bye!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy 10th anniversary of the Lights of Broadway show cards. I'm Ian Armitage here, and to all my fellow light catchers, I just wanted to say, I wanted to reassert my dominance really fast. I have binders of my collection. I am very, very proud of these. Look at all those cards. And it has been an awesome past 10 years getting to appreciate such an awesome art form as theater through another amazing art form as Mr. Squigs' incredible work. I am so honored to know the guy personally and to have been a collector from the start, which is how I have such a killer collection now. But yeah, this is such a cool and amazing thing to get to do. He's so awesome, and what better place to celebrate it than at BroadwayCon? So you guys are amazing. Y'all are my people. And yeah, nobody has as killer of a collection as me. So don't even try. Well, try, but you won't succeed.
Hello, light catchers. It's Rob McClure coming to you from Newark Liberty International Airport in the waiting room. Isn't it exciting? No, I would much rather be there with all of you, but I can't. So I am sending this video to congratulate all of you, fellow light catchers, and Justin Squigs Robertson and everyone involved with Lights of Broadway. Congratulating you all for your 10-year anniversary. It is so very exciting. You've done over 2,500 cards and raised over $200,000 for over 40 different charities. What? That is astonishing. Working with Jerry Zaks was one of the great honors of my life. And he, in working on a show, when he's really, really happy, he always says, "You guys are major leaguers. Don't forget, you're major leaguers." And as a kid who grew up collecting trading cards for sports, if you had ever told me that someone would consider me a major leaguer and that a kid would ask me to sign a trading card with my picture and my stats on it, I would have told you were crazy. But along came Squigs and his amazing team with this wild dream. And now there are people who do just that, who celebrate the work of the artists they admire and who celebrate them through these cards. And it means a lot to all of you, but it also means a lot to all of us. It is a profound honor to be included in what the Lights of Broadway do. And rest assured that just as much as our faces on those cards are the Lights of Broadway, all of you who collect and trade them and ask for us to sign them at the stage door, you are the true Lights of Broadway. And without all of you, nothing else would matter. We need you all, and you need all of us. That's what makes this so awesome. Sending you all my love. Wish I was there. And in the meantime, congrats, Lights of Broadway, on 10 years. Here's to 10 more. All the best.
Hey, we used to do these release parties. You might see a familiar face in here coming up. Who's that?
Oh, God.
Right there. That's this guy.
Wild. 10 years ago. What a ride. Well, thank you to, first of all, shout out to all of those lovely artists that were able to send up all the video. And it's so true what Rob said. I mean, this community is so special, and it's because of everyone in this room. Truly, you all continue to show up for the Lights of Broadway. You all continue to collect. As Squigs makes more cards, it's just such a brilliant, I don't know, just such a brilliant community, and it's an honor to be a part of it, as everyone has already said. I'm curious, over the last 10 years, we've seen these cards kind of evolve, and we've seen, as Leslie mentioned, artists have now more than one card. They have multiple cards. So I'm just curious, what has it been like finding the evolution of the Lights of Broadway cards over the past 10 years?
Wow. I mean, every year or every twice a year or whatever, we kind of collab on what's going to be covered in each edition. Sometimes we're watching comments on Facebook and Instagram and seeing what's really popular and what people might want to have represented. Also keeping an eye out for what's going to be necessary, for interaction at stage doors. For instance, if we know that someone's coming in with a Broadway show, we try to release their card ahead of time so that's available for autograph possibilities and that sort of a thing. And then there are just some people that are just so good that, we have to keep re-releasing or issuing new cards of them. One of the ways that we do that too is through the Giving Back program, where and as we've talked about, but both of these folks have been a part of that. And I think yours was for Broadway Cares. Back in the earlier days, we would typically just have people do Broadway Cares and Actors Fund, or now Entertainment Community Fund. And then we started realizing that, especially for timely purposes, that there were charities that were at the heart of people who we were asking to do this. And so we've kind of steered more to opening that up to the possibility of other charities. We've had some really great charities over the years. I mean, everywhere from Animal Rescue to Covenant House, Planned Parenthood, Trevor Project, Glisten, a lot of really, really fantastic things. And so it's always nice to have a familiar face pop up on these cards that that have already been on cards and that sort of thing. So yeah. Oh, also, I need to give a caveat. Ian wanted me to tell everyone that his voice doesn't actually sound like that. He has been fighting something since Christmas, and they've been doing scoping on his throat and stuff like that. But he had to present an award on MLK Day, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so mortified that my video is out there of my voice sounding like that." But so anyway, he made me say that.
I love it. I can't believe he sent it in. I was like, that was so sweet of him.
It was really nice. Yeah, and it was Thursday, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how many people in the room are not from New York or are not currently living in New York? That's insane.
That's wild. And thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming, first of all. But that just also goes even further of how you're making Broadway accessible and keeping that magic of Broadway alive, even beyond New York. So I'm curious, Dori and Squigs, and for Nick and Ann too, if you want to touch on this, what has it been like to kind of be a part of that and making Broadway more accessible, and how can we continue to make it more accessible for those outside of New York?
I think that it really is amazing to hear stories from people around the country that they're collecting cards and found a community, even if they're just trading through the mail, they found a community of people that are collecting the cards. I had the child of a coworker of my mom was taking a class at a community college in design, and the professor mentioned my cards. And she's like, I know him, or she didn't really know. She's like my mom knows someone who knows him, and he's like, prove it. So I had to send an email. But yeah, it's wild. It's to think of someone in Alaska might be trading these, and all over the country. I mean, Dori especially sees all these addresses coming through, and it's really, really very, very, very cool. It's like there's U's all over the country. So
it's really special, and it really does keep the magic Broadway alive, even for the kids that are doing their local theater company in Wisconsin, some crazy place that maybe haven't even seen their first Broadway show yet, but they're able to connect with theater goers and theater lovers in such a special way thanks to the 2Q. It's really amazing.
Oh, I just add to that. You know, we have an incredible representation from just about every state in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, and what we're trying to deal with is the demand now from Canada and London, and just to try and
Had someone from Australia reach out recently.
trying to figure out, you know, mail-wise how to manage that and to make that happen. But
it's a very small organization that's doing all this. It was me for the first couple of editions, and I was going nuts. It was like I just walked through my living room, and there's just boxes of cards and envelopes, and she has a room dedicated to it.
it's taken over my life. But in a good way. So it's really thrilling. It's because it's so much fun to see where all of the orders are coming from, and it just means so much. I think that, you know, in the smallest town, in the middle of nowhere, that these cards are bringing joy, and also, you know, as Squigs was saying, that we're so aware that a community that has nothing to do with us, you know, has formed, and people have gotten to know each other. We know that people met like at the first BroadwayCon that had become dear friends, and you know, we love that. I mean, that's just such a wonderful thing. And so, in celebrating Broadway and bringing Broadway to the world is something that it was priority number one.
Yeah, and going along with that too, it's like just the content of Lights of Broadway. Obviously, we want to have it to be timely to what's happening now on Broadway and hopefully in the future. But like one of the important things too is to honor and respect and educate about the history of Broadway and where some of these traditions have come from. And so having features like the theater lore or the Golden Age things has been really a lovely thing. People are like, oh, I just learned about something that I had no idea was happened, and that's why they do that on Broadway now, because someone did it in the past, you know. So it's just it's fun. Education is fun, and the outreach is fun. It's great.
I love that. I want to end it with a fun little question for us, and then we can open it up to the fabulous people in the room to ask you all questions. But I want to ask you all, if you could frame a Lights of Broadway card and like hang it in your room or like your dressing room or whatever, which one would you choose and why?
I think I'd probably frame the light catchers card. Yeah, because you guys are, you know, why we do this. So.
You did one of me. It was me, James, Leslie, and Chris Fitz for Spam, and it's three of my favorite people. So that would be the one I'd frame. Don't tell James.
Well, and you know who's really loving the snow right now is James Monroe. The heat miser, yeah, and then Javi, the snow miser. But yeah, that card was fun to do. With the charity they chose, and they were in rehearsals for Spam a lot when I asked them to sign. I met up with this guy on 8th Avenue, and with Taryn Killam, and so I got to meet Taryn, and so I gave the cards to them to sign, and they were doing that on breaks and rehearsals, and James was also rehearsing Wonderful World, yeah, and so he was commuting between Florida and Chicago, and he wasn't the last person to actually sign. The person who took the longest. Fitz. It was Fitz.
It was don't look at me. It was Fitz, and he had no excuse.
He was there the whole time. So this,
yeah.
I'm going to say the Avenue Q cast card. There's, because for a while, you know, when it first started, it was just individuals.
Right.
And it wasn't shows. And then when that card came out, I thought, okay, well, we've made it. Like, that's great. And I have an Into the Woods card similarly that I really love too. I just think it's another way to celebrate your show. You know what I mean? So I think that's the one I would frame.
I love that. So now, why don't we open it up to we'll open it up to the floor, to the people. Do you want to say your favorite?
Oh, well, I have quite a few framed on my wall. But I'll give you one that I don't have framed that I definitely want to frame. I really loved the I love a gazillion of them, of course, all of them. But the card you made with Stokes singing out his window during I love that was captured by you, and that what the cards do beyond the shows and the talent behind the shows, that it also captures the community and what the community is passionate about and how the community is giving back. And I just think that was emblematic of so much, and that was just such a special thing, that how Broadway was helping the world get through the pandemic. And so that card just means so much, and I love it, and I will be framing it.
I love it. Good one. Let's open it up to the room. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, go for it.
A question. It's more on the comment, but I mentioned before I was in the video. Sorry, I had to mention my video. It's great. But so I have to say, I have an emotional support Cara Lindsay cards. I love to say, so I was, despite now being very confident, for years I was excited, but I was very shy. And I would say BroadwayCon and Lights of Broadway are two of the things that made me who I am today. And I'm going to just thank Lights of Broadway for making me more social and being able to have conversations more easily with people. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for sharing. Does anyone else have anything that they want? But yes.
How do you choose who when you featured on a giving back? Is it kind of like the shitty, or is you kind of bust out through the sheet?
Typically, when we're choosing who's going to be on a giving back card, often it's I've actually gone back to a couple of people a couple of times for various reasons, but it's often just like who's in shows or currently and that sort of a thing. But and sometimes it's just maybe who I've met recently and had a conversation with. Yeah, it kind of just depends. A lot of times I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, let's who's in my phone, But it's every year it's different. Some years we have so many, there's, I think the most we've had on a one card is 5. I think that was the kids of Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like sometimes we make a big reach and try to find someone who's really buzzy, like a Josh Groban, or the cast of Merrily with Daniel Radcakes. It depends. It depends. Sometimes it's just really timely. Sometimes it's just like calling old friends, like Leslie. We've worked together on stage before, and we kind of have a shorthand. So it was like reaching out to her was a no-brainer. So yes.
Oh, and I'm sure. Do you ever run social media polls to kind of ask all your followers and people who love the cards who they want to see on the card?
Oh, we have done that in the past. Yeah, definitely. Often it's to the trading group on Facebook. Sometimes we'll just include it in one of our email blasts. We'll say, hey, just ask a question that will kind of give us some ideas as far as what to do. Sometimes I'm trying to come up with a 5-card release for the flea market, or for in the past for BroadwayCon. It's like my brain is empty, and I'm just like I reach out to friends and we'll say, what sounds fun for this for this edition. Sometimes the well goes dry, and it's thankfully we're living it's a community with great creative wells and helpful people. So yeah.
Thank you. Are there any cards you're particularly proud of?
Wow, so many. I mean, like I said, I love when I get to put friends on a card. People who I've known for years and years. Eric Anderson, I've known for years. Leslie, like I said. Yeah, I don't know. I think there are just so many. It's like picking kids. So.
I love it. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I do want to say we are having some Lights of Broadway trivia on our Facebook group, and shout out to Leandra for helping on that.
Some great questions.
So some great questions, and you can win some great prizes. So if you're on the Lights of Broadway Facebook group, yeah.
So the prizes are they're all pretty much the same, but it's a pack of summer 2015. There's a pack of autumn 2015. There's a random show pack. It's either Fun Home or Fiddler. There's a couple of lenticulars, tilt cards. There's a the foil card that shows all the lights of Broadway, the different signs that we did that one year. And then there's a glittery Tony sticker. So, yeah, kind of a grab bag.
I love it. And we'll also be doing a little trading session or a little light catcher meetup if you are interested at our booth in the marketplace. So
Where is that booth?
check. It's on the third floor. And it's right, like literally right when you walk into the marketplace. We will be there. So we look forward to seeing you all. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Warm, everybody.